And listen,
That's cap.
when you make this,
Don't be fake.
Keep it real, man.
Lies.
Tell the truth.
Don't lie now. Why you gotta lie?
Keep it 100. Let's be real.
Let's be real.
What's up, fam? This is your boy, Just James. I was about to say James, but it's Just James. And I am here with your co-host,
Queen Ro. What's up, you guys? What's up? What's up?
Queen Ro with the mic on the MIC.
Yeah.
So today, we have two very special guests with us. Joining us on Let's Be Real. And a lot of people don't know, but this is my family. And they have been deemed as my favorite couple. Y'all gonna see why though. Y'all gonna see why. As we get into the conversation, y'all will see why that they are my favorite couple. We have Mr. Greg and Miss Tiara Featherson. All right, welcome to Let's Be Real, y'all. Welcome.
Appreciate you for having me. Appreciate
All
you,
right.
man.
Yes, sir. So we just gonna jump right in. We're gonna start off by letting y'all give us a little background, tell us your love story, how you met. Go ahead and help us, let the people know how you met and give us a little background on your love story.
Go ahead, Greg. Go ahead.
Ladies first.
No, I want to hear your version. Go ahead.
Well, we high school sweethearts, met at high school. Yeah, that's pretty much. Went through college with her. She been through it all with me. Prison, jail, hell. Yeah, that's about it. Yeah, high school sweetheart. Turned to the love.
All right, what's your version?
Turned to
Dear?
couple.
I feel like he leaving out some stuff.
You said he leaving out some. No,
Sure. I said ladies first. Ladies first.
Who
Who did the chasing? That's what I want to know. Who did the chasing?
Girl, I don't even run to the store. What you talking about?
I love it.
Yeah, but we
I
did.
did.
We met in high school. Yeah. Got married when we were young. I was 20. And it'll be 12 years soon. So
Wow.
is that right? 12 in June.
Okay. So Tiara, you went to Winston, right?
I did.
Okay. And Greg, you went to Winston too?
No, man.
He lived there.
So he went.
I was always up there.
Okay.
I was always
I
up there.
I got you.
So he went without officially going.
Yeah, he wasn't a student.
But you got them swipes though.
Basically.
High school sweetheart. So that just lets people know that high school sweethearts can have longevity in a relationship, and if you don't have to break up, you can actually make it. Mm-hmm. So during the your high school sweethearts, was there ever a point where there was a breakup?
Yeah, when I first got her number, I was talking to her for a little bit, but then I kind of steered away because I.
You tread lightly. You tread lightly.
You don't put that.
Nah, I steered away because I wasn't really ready for her though. I wasn't ready for her. I had to get some jitters out. Had to get something out of my system before I got with her officially.
The jitters? Oh, you had to do your whole days.
Yeah, basically. Yep. Okay. I ain't gonna lie. Yep. And so it wasn't really a breakup. It was just we just parted ways, and then
Mhm.
She stalked me on MySpace.
Uh-oh.
I'll just play. I'll just play. She found me again, and then we reconnected, and yeah, been hitting on ever since.
Okay. So Rochelle, I'm gonna let you go, but I do want to say this one thing because while he was talking, and Greg was saying that he basically left her alone because there's some things that he had to straighten out in his own life, and
Hmm.
that spoke volumes to me because a lot of times, a lot of men will keep going, keep pursuing the relationship, knowing that they're not ready, and that
Hmm.
just speaks volumes to me that you respected her enough to say, let me leave her alone until I get myself together. And this is who I want.
Yeah,
Let me leave myself alone until I'm ready for her.
yeah, yeah. That's a fact. Yeah,
Where
it
am I
was.
going? You said I can go.
Huh? You go. It looked like you had something you wanted to say.
No, I was listening to the story.
Oh,
I ain't going to work.
come on now. Come on. I ain't gonna talk the whole time. You always say I talk too much. So come
You got to just
on.
James.
Yeah,
You got
okay. So Tiara, tell me, well, not tell me, but tell us, tell the people, what is your love language?
Words of affirmation.
Okay, great.
like give an example. Like what would you like to hear?
More so comforting words, making sure that I'm doing what I need to be doing as a wife, fulfilling his needs, just things along those lines. I don't require too much, I don't think.
So what does that sound like?
What you mean?
Like is it like you said words of affirmation. So maybe like, hey babe, you look really good today. You've been going really hard in the gym and it's paying off.
Yeah, along those
Yeah,
lines.
yeah.
Appreciation.
Okay, cool.
Is that the only one? Cause out of the five, that's
Uh,
your top one, or that's the only one?
that's my top one. What was the other one, boo?
Oh,
Quality
did y'all do
time.
y'all did the test?
We did.
Yeah,
What's my
yeah.
other one?
Quality time or acts of service. Mm.
Yeah, acts of service. Acts of service, words of affirmation. Those are my biggest ones.
Okay.
Oh. What about you, Greg? What's yours?
Quality time and ain't it one touch? Touch you, touch
Yeah,
me.
touch.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay.
Well, mine is gifts and
Of course.
Lord,
are you surprised?
Lord.
Gifts, gifts and gifts. No, I was playing. No, but my top one was gifts, and then the next one was uh quality time.
And then I did the test last week, and just,
What was yours?
I was like, what in the world? But yeah, I'm a Leo, so I need to hear this. I need to hear what you're feeling. So
Okay.
mine is words of affirmation too. Mine words of affirmation. I think the second one was like physical touch. So
Mm,
but I need to hear it. Like, yeah, you got to tell me. I don't. I mean, you can show me, but I'm gonna need to hear you say it. I'm gonna need to hear
Every
you
day.
say what you
Tell me
showed me
every day.
too. Yeah, don't be
Every
just
day.
walking around and tell me. You know, I already got the big head. I already got the big head, but I just need a little bit big.
I cannot. That's Leo behavior,
That's
okay?
me all
This-
day.
yeah.
Ain't nothing
Okay.
wrong with it.
Yeah, you have anything. So you have affirmation and acts of service for Tiara, and quality time and touch for Greg. So
Mhm.
tell us
Mhm.
how those love languages mesh together.
I think for
Ladies
me,
first.
it's understanding that quality time for him because he's already a trucker. So it comes easily because when he comes home, it's natural that we spend time together. But I know that when he gets that time, he wants it uninterrupted, no phone. So, I'll be like, okay, I gotta put my phone to the side and just make sure that I'm, present. That's his favorite word. He likes for us to be present as a family.
Okay. Okay, cool.
That's nice because a lot of Black people or African Americans, their household are not present
Right.
when you're
Mhm.
spending that quality time together. So that's very good that you guys do that.
What about you,
I
Greg?
think for me, I ain't gonna lie, I'm working on the words affirmation for her, honestly, because I feel like I don't know, it's kind of difficult for me because I don't know, I never seen it before. I never know how to be a husband. I never knew how to be a man. You know what I'm saying? So all this is still new to me. So I try to give her words of affirmation every now and then, but I could do better. I know I could do better.
Okay.
You know what? This reminds me of this guy that I'm dating. And I would tell him like I need that reassurance. Like he was like, but you should
Hmm.
already know this. You know this. I guess it's a man
Yep, yep,
thing. They feel like you should already
yeah,
know. Like, no, I want
yeah.
to hear
It
it.
is.
Like, tell me,
Yeah,
dang.
yeah. I think
Y'all
it
gotta
is
do better
too.
with that.
And
It's
now
2023.
that's a fact.
Dad, like
That's
you
a
mean
fact.
it.
Yeah,
Say it from the
you ain't
chest.
lying.
Right.
It
Yeah,
ain't that
that's a fact.
hard.
But yeah, he tell me that all the time. But now he's doing better. I guess because I'm giving him more words of affirmation because men, like you said, buddy, y'all get the big head. So the more I feed into him, the more he's pouring into me.
Yeah.
So,
Hmm.
but yeah.
And it's
I'm
always a
starting.
good thing. Excuse me. Go ahead, Greg.
Now I say I'm starting to feel like oh, tell her this, tell her that. You know what I'm saying? I'm starting to feel those feelings. Just tell her that because I was shut down for a while. I wasn't being vulnerable at first, but
Hmm.
I'm starting to feel those feelings now. Like tell her this, tell her that. Make sure she need reassurance, this and that. But I'm getting there.
And
I
that's a
mean, Rome wasn't built in a day, so
right.
That's
You're
a
right.
fact. Yeah, yeah,
And it's always
yeah.
good because relationships, whether it's marriage or dating or even family, there's always room for improvement. There's always room for growth. So that I mean, that's to be commended to say that I do it from time to time, but I can do better because we can all do
Hmm.
better.
hmm
So I
Yeah,
mean, that's just good to hear from a brother coming from a brother that I can do better because a
yeah.
lot of times we get the machoism and the ego. Like I said it one
Right.
time. Sometimes you got to hear it,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
yeah, I need to hear it as many times as you need to hear it. That's how many times we should be saying.
well, I'm gonna
That's a
say this
fact.
coming from a woman. Now that you know, do.
You know what?
Yeah. I
That's
hear
all
you.
I'm
I
gonna
feel.
say.
I get it. Yeah, for sure. Let's be real.
Yes, sir.
Right, just being real. I tell him all the time, my friend guy, then do. Why we keep having the same conversation? Do.
That's a fact. Yeah, yeah.
But
So
go ahead.
Tierra spoke of her husband being on the road. I know that you both are entrepreneurs, and so how is your love language affected, both of y'all, with him being on the road? So when he's gone, how is your love language affected, or if it's affected, and what does that look
For me,
She like you go first.
it's been affected a little bit, but I feel like we've been through the same process when she was in college,
Mm.
and she was in Winston, I was in Charlotte, so it's kind of like the same thing for me. But I do miss her all the time. I definitely need that quality time and that touch. But I got to stay strong. I gotta do what I gotta do for the family, really. So
Hmm.
it affected me a little bit.
like? Okay. How about you, Tierra?
I would say that it makes us be creative, you know. We talk more like, through the day, calling, texting, checking in, I think is important. Sending encouraging messages. I try to do that at least every day, just to let him know that I know it's a sacrifice, but we appreciate it, because I know it's not easy. Um, And I think that goes a long way.
Okay.
Yeah, creative. Yeah, that's a word.
So it's always good to be creative when you're apart. I mean, even if it's a week or whatever the case may be, because that keeps your flame. It keeps the flame
Mhm.
going.
Yeah, yeah,
Ways
yeah.
to words of affirmation, words to affirm each other. I miss you. Can't wait for you to get back, or whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
What is it, Rochelle? Go ahead.
I ain't say nothing.
You got all right. So, both of you are entrepreneurs. So, tell us a little bit about being an entrepreneur. Both being entrepreneurs in the household. Um, what it is that you both do.
Ladies.
You want me to go first? Okay. So I'm a licensed cosmetologist. So I do hair. I do a lot of things. But I own a salon. I own a spa. I'm currently in school, getting my master's degree to become a marriage and family therapist. Um, what else? I just launched a movement called Wifepreneur. It's a movement or a community for other women who are entrepreneurs. And just networking, figuring out how to build up each other, helping each other. But also, I want to pour into aspiring entrepreneurs and help them, uh, you know, kind of get their businesses started and prevent them from making mistakes that I made early on in business. So,
Do you have to be a wife to join this network?
no, you don't.
Okay.
But I call it wifepreneur because I'm a wife and I'm running all these businesses, and so it's
How
not
do you
easy.
balance that with him being away and you said you guys have 3 kids?
Girl, we got one. If you got no.
I don't know where I heard 3 from. Trying to put my head
Speaking
in
of
the
what? Speaking into existence.
Oh yeah, I see 3. No, I'm just playing.
Yeah.
But like kind of balance, you name about 2 or 3 businesses, all these, stuff you got going on, him being away, you have you with the child. How do you balance all of that?
Um, I try my very best. I'm getting to a place where I'm realizing I can't do it all. So when I need help, I ask for help.
Yeah.
When I can't do it, I just say no. If I can't go, I just don't go. And I
Mhm.
used to feel like I had to be here, had to be there. But I'm being okay with saying, you know what, I can't make it. I'm sorry. You know what, today I'm just gonna sleep in and I'll get it done when I get it done. And that's what helps me.
That's good. Good advice for those watching.
Yes, definitely.
All right, Greg. Sorry. You can answer the question now. What was his question? I don't forgot.
Got the question. What it is that he does.
Business.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I'm a trucker. I got my own trucking company, G Hall Trucking. Um, Looking about to expand a few soon, but for now it's just one truck. And yeah, it's my baby, man. Still growing. Got a lot of work to do. Still learning every day. Um, but yeah, I'm on it.
So with your
I'm on it.
business, I'm sorry, but with your business, are you on the road like weeks at a time, or you like come home every night? How that work?
I do a week and a half or two
Okay.
weeks out. Yeah, I don't stay out long. I don't stay out long.
Okay. But you make your own schedule, right?
Yep, basically. But I mean, yeah, you can say that. But I don't like to chill. You know what I'm saying? Bills got to be paid, so I'm always on the go. So
Mm-hmm. Gotcha. Oh, what were you gonna say, James?
Um, y'all already know. I got to bring my boy in. So, Mr. Major. So, um, how how is it with Major? How does Major feel? Are there any issues that have arose with Greg being away for a week and a half or 2 weeks? How does that affect Major?
He struggles with it. I'm not gonna lie. He has his moments. Um, like when he when we go places and he see kids with their dads, or when he's, in school and they ask about his dad, he does have his moments. So it's not easy, but he's adapting. I'll say that.
Okay.
What techniques did you or coping mechanisms did you have for him?
Well, he does have a phone, so we made sure that once my husband got on the road, that we did get him a phone because I felt like it was important for him to have that connection with his father. Other than me saying, here's my phone, call your dad. I wanted him to have that outlet to do that, on his own. Or because there may be some things that mommy just can't address or answer, or so I didn't want him to feel like his relationship through his dad had to be through me, if that makes sense. I want you to be able to directly talk to your dad, call him, text him whenever you need him, So, and he does take advantage of that.
How old is he? If your mommy asking.
He's 8.
Oh, so he probably like already acting like a preteen.
Girl, he loves the word tween. He like, when I'm gonna be a tween? I'm like, sit down.
Yeah.
Ah, that's so cute.
Wait, so is Major home?
Is he at home? Yeah. He just walked in here for some reason and changed his clothes. I don't know why, but
If you don't mind, get Major. We need to see Major.
let me see. Major. He was literally just in here. I don't know if y'all saw me looking away, but he changes his clothes like 3 or 4 times a day. I don't know why, but
That's the thing now. I'm telling you. I don't know
Look, he
what-
sound like Micah. Like Micah
Yeah.
changes clothes all the time.
I don't
Michael,
understand
what
it.
are you doing up in the shower? You just got out of the all you did was went outside.
Right.
Major.
Shell, that's my boy there.
Major. I don't think
Yeah.
I met her son. Wait, you guys son before.
I think the more I be away, the more I want to be hands on with him. Now that he getting older,
Right.
so
Is he in
I'm
sports?
thinking about being local. hmm Gymnastics.
Oh, that's good.
It is.
He's
Mhm.
coming. Sorry.
That's one thing that we need as Black fathers to be present. And I mean, Greg being on the road is showing that you, no matter what is going on, Major, what's going on, man? How you doing?
Good.
Good. Major, like, okay, I said, hey, I'm ready to go now. You looking up? We just wanted to say hey to you, Major. Get you on the camera with your mom and dad.
Here, all you just did was had him. He looked just like his dad.
Dang.
He looked just
Yes,
like his dad.
sir.
I look like you.
You like me?
Oh, you like your mom? You got your mama complexion. Smile. Okay. All right.
He
All
had,
right.
he had to make you see it. Like, wait a minute, now I got. Yeah, that's really important in our community. That fathers are present. Even though
Right,
you're on
man.
the move or you have to be away. And I love the fact that he has his own phone, like Tiara said. He doesn't have to communicate with his dad through his mom. He has that outlet where he can go straight to his father.
Mm-hmm.
And that's something that's needed in our community because we have so many absent fathers for whatever the case may be. But that's just something that that I advocate for fathers to be present, and even fathers who aren't present, letting them know that as long as you're breathing, it's never too late to reconcile or be in your kids' lives. Because I mean, fathers are not saying that mothers aren't needed, but because there's so many absent fathers and so many young men fall prey to violence and drugs and all sorts of things. It's just beneficial and vitally important that fathers are present. So I commend you, Greg, for like you said, doing what you have to do to make sure that your family is taken care of, but also making your way back to your family for those and to let your family know that I'm here. I'm gonna do what I have to do as a man, but I'm always gonna come back to you. And y'all already know I love y'all. Y'all already know that Shell. They when my cousin Keisha and Tiara's brother got married, just watching Greg and Tiara, and not even always together. Like when the guys went and got fitted for their tuxes, and then I met Tiara. It was like instant just seeing them together. I'm like, I love how they communicate and how they mesh together, and watching them all of them even with Major. I told them during that time, I was like, y'all are my new favorite couple. So I love.
So I think you told me this, but I clearly forgot how y'all was related.
So my first cousin Keisha married Tiara's brother.
Married who now?
Tiara's brother.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
That's the wedding I was telling you about. Me and Tiara had to show our butts at the end of the wedding. Had to forget we had on dress clothes.
Oh, that's the wedding. It's all coming full circle now. Okay. Yeah, I remember that conversation. Okay.
Yeah. So I just love the way you all, are a family and an example to young couples that no matter what, like Greg said, jail, hell, whatever you go through, you can make it.
So I had a question, buddy, while you keep yapping away.
Yes.
So let's go back to love languages.
Okay.
Was there ever a time that your love language, because you said you guys been together for 12 years, you basically high school sweetheart, well, married for 12 years, been together longer, I'm pretty sure. Was there ever a time that your love language changed and you had to like relearn the person you were growing with?
Good question.
I would say yes, because I mean, when we first started dating, how old was I? 15, well, when we met, I was like 15 or 16. Now I'm 32. So I mean, that's a big change in, both of us as, people. I mean, we both went through phases, where it was like, what are we doing? Like, is this even a thing, or like, it's just life. Because I mean, I feel like you go through different stages, and as you change as a person, the things you want in life also change. So I feel like, we continue to evolve and understand each other, but we also have been in a phase recently where we're understanding our past and our triggers and the things that maybe he didn't even do or cause, that may, bring up things from my past, and it may come out in relationships in ways that aren't healthy. So, I mean, we're on a journey of addressing those things because we want to ensure that we're better individuals so that we can continue to be better for each other. So, I mean, it may not necessarily mean, in love language, but I would say as people, definitely we have changed over the years, whether we realize it or not. Even before we knew love languages were a thing. I would say it's been a journey. Yeah. Like, just trying to understand each other. I mean, because I think we got to realize when we got married, we always kind of say, what were we thinking? Because we were so young. We don't regret it. Yeah, we don't regret it, but it's like what were we thinking? Like, why are we so,
young?
Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, that part of our marriage was probably the hardest because we were still two individuals trying to figure out who we were as individuals.
So the challenging times that, because I mean, basically early 20s to now that I look back at it, I'm like, dang, I was still a child. Like, I know we were like, y'all grown, I'm grown. No, girl, you still a child.
Right.
But just going back and looking through that with the time with you guys, how did y'all overcome the challenges? Because I speak to a lot of then couples or married then that are now divorced. They were saying, well, I just think we just got married too young, and we just like grew apart, or I was in it for the wrong reasons. Not saying that you guys had that type of challenge, but the tough conversations that you have to have, those type of challenges that you face. How did you overcome that and give some advice to somebody who might have, be facing the same challenge today? I know I said a lot.
No, it's okay.
TT.
Just talking a lot. So I would say, get rid of the distractions. We live in a world full of distractions. And we get caught up on social media and what the next couple is doing or what their happiness looks like. You don't know what they did to get there. You know what I mean? If I'm being real with y'all, like when we got married, we went to the courthouse and then we went to Walmart to buy our rings. You know what I'm saying? So we did what works for us at that time. And then when we could afford a wedding, then that's what we did. You know what I mean? So I just don't want people to get caught up in what a wedding should look like, or what, do what works for you. Don't worry about the next couple or what they got going on, because I'm sure like that's what's hard for me to grasp when people are like, oh, y'all are our favorite couples, because I think back to where we started. People see what they see now in us, and now we might be an example to look up to, but we haven't always been that. So I feel like people should just focus on what works for them. Don't worry about what works for so and so or this person or that person. And I think that's what helped us get through, to where we are today, was to just get rid of the distractions, figure out who we were as individuals, figure out our needs in a relationship. Because I just told them, we just had that whole conversation about the 50-50, everybody arguing about what 50-50 looks like. And I told my husband, I'm like, I don't think it should be 50-50. Meet me where I need to be met, and I'll meet you where you need to be met. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it's a sliding scale. I don't feel like it's a set 50-50. You know what I mean? I feel like today I might be able to give 30% today, and I might need you to give me 70%. You know what I'm saying? And then tomorrow I might be able to give you, it's just a back and forth type of thing. So I feel like relationships work when you work. You know what I'm saying? You got to figure out what what works for, you two as individuals, not what works for everybody else, not what it looks like on social media. Just figure it out together.
So what about you, Greg?
I tell you, young couple to heal themselves. I think we all grow up with a lot of trauma, a lot of childhood trauma.
I feel like he's about to give us a word, and then
Devil, because I felt it.
I saw him freezing at first. I was like, is he there?
Yeah,
devil. Don't want him to come forth.
But yeah, I agree with you, Tiara, because I was having this conversation with somebody that used to be married, and they said they got married young, just like you did, and they were saying that they didn't give themselves enough time with this person, that they didn't get to really know the person before they got married, kind of like hopped into the marriage, versus where you and him, y'all dated, for a while before y'all had got married. I believe they probably dated maybe like a year, 2 years. And they say, I've never been married before, but they say that once you get married, people change.
I agree.
Yeah.
So
I agree. Whether it's good or bad, people do change. I feel like people go into marriage with problems already. They hope that their spouse will change for the better, but I mean, you gotta know who you're dealing with. You know what I'm saying? You know before you get married what you're dealing with. In marriage does not fix problems, it exposes problems. It exposes who that person really is, and it's just up to you guys and how you deal with it and how you walk through it.
And it's funny that you said that, because my overseer was at church, and he was like, if you're thinking about marriage, I want you to be able to take the smaller problems to the altar with this person rather than the big ones. He said, nothing's going to be perfect, but you rather go to the altar with those smaller problems than the big ones, because you're going with the big ones, you just going to be trying to fix a whole lot of stuff, and then you probably gonna end up not together.
Yeah, that's true.
Because once it's a big problem, you
It's
have
like
the
a
big problem.
snowball effect.
You have a big problem, but underneath it, under the layers, it's like an onion. You have these smaller problems that you have to fix after
Mm-hmm.
you fix the bigger problem. Because just because you fix the bigger problem, there were still problems that led up to that bigger problem that are
Mm-hmm.
still there that you still have to address and you still have to fix. You have to get it. You have to fix those things. So yeah. Oh, he's back.
Y'all hear me? Hey,
I thought she was about to take
hello.
us to church and you left.
I
Yeah.
was, bro. I
What?
was.
I was getting ready. That's why I play. He had a word for us. Well, go
Nah,
ahead,
I was
Greg.
gonna say, nah, just I think in order to properly love someone, you gotta really like love yourself and get in tune with yourself. So really just healing everything from your childhood and what your parents taught you. You gotta let all that go when you get married. So yeah, I lost my train of thought, man. Dang.
Well, that's good that you hopefully I can bring it back. We was talking about what your parents taught you. I think a lot of people go into marriage mimicking what they see growing up. Like, well, my mama always did this, we always did it this way, and they expect their partner to do the same thing in return.
Right.
Um, but
Yeah, that's one
my
thing you gotta let go.
my way of being with my family and the person I'm dating now, I always say we create our own traditions, you know.
Right. Yep.
So that's what we
Yep.
do.
Yep. You gotta let everything go. Like even I'm talking about everything. What church taught you, what your mom taught you, what you seen with your family. Like, yeah, create your own rules. It's your marriage. You know what I'm saying? So yeah,
Mhm.
create your own tradition. That's right.
So my question with you guys, with y'all getting married so young, how did you keep the older people or church folks and people like that out of your marriage?
We
Or
don't
was
tell
it
nobody our business, girl. We don't tell nobody our
Yeah,
business.
we ain't even tell nobody when we got married. Really.
Nobody knew we were married. Yeah.
Yep.
Nobody knew we were
My mama
married.
was mad, boy. Mom Dukes was mad. Yep.
Wow. So how
Cause I,
long was y'all
I mean, we
married
was
before
grown.
they
We was at that age where we can make our own decisions. So I mean, we really ain't had to tell nobody, really.
So how long was y'all married before y'all told y'all parents or family?
Like a
I
month or
can't
two.
remember. Matter of
It
fact,
was
my
not
mama
more
knew.
than
My mama
Yeah.
knew she was a witness, but her mama, yeah, she went crazy.
My whole
Shout out to
family.
Mama Dukes.
My whole family went crazy.
So that was like a thing
Yeah.
because I'm thinking back to the Vegas trip with Keisha and Travis, and like, 'cause
We ain't
I,
had nothing to do
Oh
with that.
yeah.
Now. We ain't had
Yeah.
nothing
Yeah.
to do
Yeah.
with that.
well, I knew because we were at a birthday party, and I knew, and she was like, "We're going to Vegas next weekend." I'm like, "Oh, okay," and she was like, "Yeah, we're going to Vegas next weekend." And I was like, "Oh, okay, y'all have a good time." And she said the third time, and I'm like, "Do she think I'm deaf or dumb? Like I heard her. Like what are you talking about? What are you saying?" So I was like, and you already know me and Keisha's like this. So I was like, Keisha, why you keep? I was like, something going on because you said 3 times you're going to Vegas. And she was like, yeah, me and Travis get married. Don't say nothing because nobody knows. So like when everybody found out, I was getting all these calls and people like, you knew. I was like, mm-mm, I didn't know nothing. I just found out.
Yeah.
Yeah, we was actually their witnesses.
I know she was like, she was like,
Yeah.
Tiara and Greg is going with. Don't say nothing. And I mean, a lot of people were upset, But I mean, it worked out because they still had this ceremony. But like you said, they had to do it the way they needed to do it for their family.
Yeah.
And a lot of times,
Mhm.
parents,
Yep.
grandparents, uncles, cousins, whatever, we get upset. But you have to realize that they're creating their own family.
Mhm.
So that means you have to take a back seat
Mhm.
and allow them to do what's best for
Yep.
them. If that's going to Vegas, if that's going to the courthouse, if that's having a big grand wedding, then whatever that looks like to them, you have to be able to step back and be supportive of whatever they decide.
Well, can you tell Rachel this, please?
I'm gonna tag her in this live.
That Rachel's my mama. 'Cause-
The hard part. Mothers are hard, because even now, if I call my mom and say, "Hey, I need you to watch Major," I'm going to a concert. Well, where is it at? Well, what time does it start? You do realize, like, I'm grown now. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I
they,
think
they gotta know. They
they
just
gotta
don't
know.
know anything.
Yeah, so she took it hard. She was, yeah.
Are you her only baby? Are you her only girl, or are you the baby? Or
I'm the only girl.
okay. Oh God.
Yeah.
But she loved me now, though. She loved
Yeah.
me now.
I mean, she ain't got no
Yeah.
choice now. Y'all done been together this long.
Oh, everybody that gave us a hard time about it loves him. Like my grandfather, oh my God, he loves him. I call my granddad. I'm
Oh,
like,
yeah,
hey,
grandfather. Yeah.
first thing he do is ask about Greg. I'm like, well, I'm the one that called you.
Well, that's good, Greg, that cause some people just don't come around, but that's good that it's working for both of y'all, regardless of what y'all faced in the beginning. That's good.
Yeah.
Lisa.
Yeah.
Right.
Worked out.
But this was awesome. It takes sometimes it takes going back and forth and trying to get stuff together, and we went back and forth, and I'm like, I don't care if it's virtual, I don't care if it's in person, I don't care if we have to do it over the phone or call Greg on FaceTime. I think I wrote Tiara and I was like, well, maybe we can call him on FaceTime, and Rochelle was like, that is not safe. I'm like,
I was not having. I was like, nah, he driving on the road. You trying to do what?
I'm like,
I
I will
was
not
all
have
over it.
else. I'm like, nope, it's gonna be them. Then I was like, well, let me see, we can just reschedule them, and then I was like, nope, it's them, and it's gonna be them, and I don't care how we do it, but we getting it done. And
That's how you know it's gonna be special. When a lot of things try to stop it, that's how you know it's gonna be something something special.
I was determined to have this live. I didn't care how it was gonna happen. But, and now we see why. But we thank y'all for sitting down with us and for just talking about love languages and sharing like some really y'all dropped some jewels